with another live. It's been so long since I did a live. I don't even know how long it's been, but I'm back and I'm better. So first off, I want to say, I know this a lot, but for all the ones who are, we're gonna replay this later. I love every single last one of y'all. I feel in my spirit that a lot of people that's gonna watch this video are gonna be um, new subscribers or just maybe new to the channel in general because you don't necessarily have to subscribe to get the message. But I just want to get that out the way. For those of you who are new, welcome. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you subscribe to the live because it's definitely a vibe here. Only good vibes only. If you know you're vibrating negative, then I hope you can take something from this and transmute your energy to the positive energy that we are about here on my channel. My name is Ty. Um, I'm a lot of things. I don't like to label myself. At the end of the day, the biggest label to me and the most important label to me is a child of God and basically a soul having a human experience, which we all are here having. So I was laying down in the bed, y'all, and as I was laying down, I was reading this book, and I'm only sharing this book because Spirit told me to share it with you guys. So maybe someone should check it out. So this is the book that I'm currently reading right now. I just recently, the other day, got finished reading my book that I've been reading, Cleopatra. Um, it's interesting to me because I always kind of been a person who kind of like, I don't know, I would like love to hear stories, but I never been really been big on wanting to read myself. Math always been my thing, but for some reason I just been feeling my soul and my spirit been calling me to read books lately, like a lot of different books. So that's pretty much what I've been doing on my free time. For those of you who are my day ones, I know y'all haven't been seeing me as much. I still show up, but I just been kind of taking, you know, time to myself with spirit and really just, trying to make sure that my cup is full. Because as I always say to you guys, I don't believe that I can, I mean, I can, but I don't think it's a good idea for anyone to try to fill someone else's cup up when you know internally that you're depleted or that yours is not full. Don't give anyone more than you can bear to give. Um, which taking me back right now to Spirit is saying, back to the title of this video, life is a gift. So if someone gifts you something, special, um, say for example your mom, your dad, your best friend or your significant lover, like you're not gonna take that gift and give it to someone else if someone gifted you with that. And I think that's kind of overall what I'll be talking about in this video is about accepting your gifts for your own, learning how to pour in people's cup when it's um necessary for you. And what I mean by necessary is, do you have enough to pour into their cup? You know what I'm saying? And also really just finding the true passion and love within yourself to make sure that your cup is full. And that's pretty much what I've been doing, y'all. So, like I said, I'm gonna share the book again. The name of the book is Return to Love. This is what I've been reading. This is what I was reading when I was laying in the bed a few minutes ago, and I was dozing off. And as I was dozing off, I just kept feeling nudges by spirit for some reason, and the nudges just kept getting harder and harder and harder. So I'm like, okay, I surrender. I go on my YouTube channel and I'll talk about whatever y'all want me to talk about. So here I am. So I'm just kind of going leading by spirit right now, y'all, because I literally just got called out my bed to do this. So spirit wanted me to talk about the first thing. One of the things that I grabbed before I started was my rose quartz. I usually put it over my tarot cards, just to send love and light to the cards. But overall, I usually put my clear quartz on top because it also cleans the card as well. For those of you who may be interested, I don't know why I'm talking about this, but this is what Spirit told me to talk about. So I also grab, I can't remember the name of them. If you do remember the name, feel free to drop a comment below. I know this one starts with an O. Can't remember the name. This one starts with a T. Can't remember the name. I feel horrible that I don't. And this one also starts with an M. Can't remember the name. So they are my crystals. These three here are the crystals that I use and I carry with me, and I usually wear these crystals when I feel a transformation of energy within myself. These crystals, especially this one in particular, is kind of like a protection, an evil eye protection, and it also helps with transmuting your energy. This here is a transformation crystal, so it helps me transform it. I can't remember exactly what this is for. I don't have my cards with me with each one on it that I actually keep in a secret place. But yeah, so I got three of these crystals, which, like I talked about, is for transmuting your energy. And I got my clear crystal. We got the rose quartz, and I got another little baby rose quartz here. So those are the crystals that spirit guided me to grab. So that's what I have right now, and that's the energy in the room. So yeah. So as I was laying there, like I said, I kept feeling nudges, and what I received from those nudges, what I received from spirit at the time was, speak about what you're feeling. You're not the only one feeling like this, and it's so interesting because today I was just, you know, just searching through YouTube, just looking around, and I noticed lately I've been very like my attention been getting pulled to different creators on YouTube, creators that I never watched before. But the interesting part about it is when I watch them, they really intrigue me. And I think the reason why they're so intriguing to me is because it's kind of like a rabbit hole. Kind of like this pine cone right here. It's kind of like I start somewhere, then I just get lost in it along the way. And I think it's because, in a way, we're vibrating on somewhat of the same frequency. I understand, like I said before, that if you're on the same frequency with someone else, and what I mean by frequency is the mind, how you're thinking, how what's going through your mind, why is it going through your mind. And I thought it was pretty interesting that some of the things that I've been thinking and some of the feelings that I've been observing about myself lately, a lot of people around the world is feeling the same way. And I usually don't talk about my personal life too much on here because I have had people in my personal life pretend to be other people on my channel, and I just had a lot of people attack me spiritually from me starting this channel, and it kind of made me kind of veer away from so much talking about my personal stuff on here. But I'm going to tap into it a little bit because spirit is leading me to do it. So one of the things that I noticed that I kept running into was people talking about quitting their 9 to 5 jobs, having um and it's funny because I what I wanted to say to you guys, what I was going to say was social anxiety. But as I was thinking that, I feel like I hear spirit saying sometimes, and well, not even just, I hear spirit saying, but I'm also remembering something I heard earlier from one of the ladies I was listening to was, sometimes I think, is it really us that have the social anxiety? Is it really, are we really the problem? Maybe it's the world. Maybe it's the people whose heart is so hardened, and then when an authentic person like ourselves step in a room with so much darkness, it just makes us, it's draining. And lately, that's how I've been feeling, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. I've been feeling drained by people. I've been feeling like I feel more at peace when I'm alone. I feel more at peace when I'm in nature. I feel more at peace when I know that I don't have to feel the guilt of not being somewhere because someone else want me to be there when I don't want to fucking be there. Like, I just been feeling the urge to just want to do whatever makes me happy. Like, I also been feeling like, and I've been trying to control that too, like a need to, I ain't gonna say a need to, but something within me wanted to just not necessarily spaz out, but just speak more of my truth to bullshit. Like, when people say shit like that doesn't align with my truth, I usually like try to just sweep it on the, people gonna be people, and I get it. But at the same time, I'm learning that I pick and choose the company that I have around me. Like, I'm the main character of my story. And I'm learning that within that, a lot of people don't even understand how to be the main character within their own story. So they'll try to project on yours and make you feel like, oh, you're the problem or there's something wrong with you because you choose not to play the game that everybody else is playing. And lately, I just been feeling like that, y'all. And within me feeling like that, I feel like I haven't been really showing up to do the things. Like, for example, on my YouTube channel, like doing this is something that I'm passionate about. Doing this is something that I enjoy doing. I love doing it. It's like it's not something that I feel like I'm forced to do. It's something that my soul is happy about doing. It's joyful about doing. It's something that's aligned with my calling. It's something that I feel like it aligned with my birthright. And lately, I just been feeling like if it doesn't align with the reason why I'm here, then why am I doing it? And it's so crazy because me myself, I'm a nurse, and I love helping people, but I really hate the environment of the facilities that I have to work in to be in order for me to be a nurse to help other people. Because it's like me personally, I'm just speaking from my own experience right now. Like a lot of people in the nursing field, they don't even have like good hearts. Like sometimes I think like what kind of heart do they have, honestly? But you know, it is what it is, and I try not to judge people, even though I kind of sound like I am. But I'm just speaking my truth. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, and I just feel like I just been getting so ever since like all the way back from 2020 and 2021 when I was in nursing school. That's when it kind of really hit me. Like, wow, people are so cruel. Like I experienced it throughout school, you know, and then you know when you graduate high school and then you become an adult and then you live in the real world and then you don't have to be forced to be around all those, you know, low vibrational people that you went to school with and all this shit. And then you get into the real world and then it's like a big ass loop. It's like you go into the workplace and it's like the same shit all over again. You go into the school to get an education, it's like the same thing all over again. And at least that's how my experience felt. And what I'm finding now, y'all, lately is that me simply just reading a book in my room with quietness, me simply just being at the beach, putting my feet in the sand, allow my feet to touch the soil on the ground and journaling, like praying and just doing the things that I feel like makes me happy inside. And it's funny because before I became a nursing student, I remember I was thinking to myself, like, when I started my spiritual journey back in 2017, I was thinking to myself, like, something got to give. This can't be like this, can't be life. I want to have peace, and I praying for peace. And then along the way, I noticed that I replaced praying for peace with praying for stability. And along the way, as I was gaining the stability, I learned that I somewhat, it's like I no longer want it. Don't get me wrong when I say stability. Like, I still want stability, but it's like nothing is more important than my peace right now. I feel like I don't want to work 5 days a week to have a certain amount of money or to drive a certain car or to have certain clothes, or as long as I have enough money to put a roof over my head, to pay my bills, and to get a car to get me back and forth from work. And the less I can work and help heal the world and help heal people and not have to deal with other people's negative energy along the way, the better for me. And I'm just learning that like a lot of things that I thought that I wanted in life, I don't really even care for anymore. I don't. A lot of things that used to matter, it seems like it doesn't even matter no more. And I've been feeling that I'm not alone. And I learned that today by just going through the rabbit hole and the loopholes from listening to other people's videos that I was just led by spirit to listen to. And I was like, wow, so I'm not the only person. I'm not the only one that's been feeling like this. And I really feel like the frequency of the world has been rising, and that's why so many people around the world has been feeling the same way. And just, as a matter of fact, one lady, I was this, I can't remember her name, but she said she had went to school to be a radiologist. She named so many different careers and jobs that she had tried, And what she's doing right now at the age of 42 is Uber Eats, and she works for a lot of different like delivery food companies. And she was saying, out of all the jobs she had, that this right here, what she's doing right now, delivering food, is the best job for her. She said she's at peace. She don't have to deal with, the drama at work. And it's funny because she even mentions a few things in the hospital. And me myself, I worked in the hospital before, and a lot of things that she was saying, I'm like, she's right. Like, people at work, they're really not your friends. Like, when you walk away from a job sometime, and I'm not saying you can't make friends at work. You can, but 9 times out of 10, those people just want to be in your business and be nosy and figure out what you got going on. When you leave that job, you're never going to hear from them again. And let's talk about the bosses and the managers. It's like, you're just a number to them, literally. Like, the last job that I walked away from about 3 weeks ago, it's interesting because if you are subscribed to my channel, you've been keeping up with me, you know that that's the job I literally prayed for. I manifested. I was going through a lot at the time. I had lost my client at the end of December of last year, 2023. So at the beginning of 2024, I was basically jobless, and I had to figure out what you're gonna do. So I sat with myself, and I kept going to all these different. At the first, I ain't gonna lie, I panicked, and I just started applying for all these different jobs. And as I was doing that, I realized, okay, Ty, this ain't it. You gotta narrow it down, figure something out. So I remember one night, Spirit was just really heavy on me, and it was like, sit down and get clear with yourself first of what you want. And I did. I wrote down exactly what I wanted. I remember Spirit was like, I wrote down how much money I want to get paid, the hours I want to work. And it was so crazy, y'all, because I literally wrote down I wanted to work from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And I promise you, that's what I received. Like, everything that I wrote on that paper, I received that through the job. But what I forgot to ask for is peace within that job. I thought that me working day shift, because I was so busy working nights, and me working in a facility where I'm in management and I'm not actually, you know, like a number. And it's funny because I end up still being like a number even in management. And that's why I love, because I felt like, first of all, in management, I felt like it was my duty to make sure that my med techs, you know, the aides on the floor, with me coming from being a CNA, from being a home health aide to an aide to a CNA to an LPN, working myself up. I truly understood the importance of, just understanding them, because I know how I feel to be a worker and at the bottom of the chain game, and everybody at the top feel like, oh, they kind of don't really listen to you because you're just a CNA. And I used to hate that feeling. So I always told myself and promised myself, even before I went to nursing school, like, I told myself, when I become a nurse, I'm going to be a great nurse. I'm going to acknowledge my CNAs. I'm going to let them, I'm going to show them my appreciation for them, because I just feel like I just noticed so many good workers go unnoticed because we're just numbers. And long story short, y'all, I don't want to get carried away with this, is the workers wasn't getting treated fairly. And not even the workers, not even just the workers, even the residents at the facility. So I was like, okay, I'm done with this. I didn't become a nurse to do this. I literally came here to be able to be a better nurse and help other people and guide and mentor other people under me. But it just turned out to be a total shit show. So I removed myself from the toxic environment that I was in, that I literally prayed for. And that's why I tell people, be careful what you pray for, because you might just get it. So that's what happened there. And when I left there, I remember I was going back and forth with myself for a little bit, like, oh, well, maybe you should have stuck it out longer. Maybe you should have did this, and maybe you should have did that. But in reality, no, I should have did what I did. I wasn't getting respected where I was at, and respect is due to a dog. And I know that I'm going to receive that, at least if I'm working in a certain place. And if I'm not, then I remove myself. It's just that simple. I understand that my peace, my mental health is more important than a dollar. Can't no amount of money in this world pay for my peace. Like, I came a long way with, dealing with my mental health, from all the way from being a child to at one point, wanting to not even be here. So for me to do so much work on myself and to have an environment or a place, make me go back to feeling worthy, like anything worthy less or less than what I know that I am, I remove myself from it because I know I am worthy. So I don't allow people to make me, to kind of put me in this box of unworthiness. And at the time, that's how I felt like. And I had spoke out plenty of times like about what was going on and what was not working. And I just noticed that I was just kind of like everything I said was going in one ear and not the other. So I removed myself. And ever since I did that, I feel like I just been slowly just finding more peace within my decisions that I make. And with decisions that I've been making lately, I've been trying to really align them with peace. But along the way, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, the peace can also cause you to somewhat force your perception of things, that like how you've been seeing things. Because I feel like another thing that spirit has been calling me to do ever since I kind of like really been taking the time to really recognize like what truly makes me happy is also focusing on how I see things, because sometimes the way we was brought up, it can really be damaging and toxic to our peace. So like for myself, I didn't grow up in a peaceful home, like you know, a peaceful environment. I grew up in the hood. I grew up, you know, I'm gonna keep it at that. I grew up in the hood, so I had to learn that a lot of times I was self sabotage. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Myself, because of some of the decisions I would make and how I would move. And it's funny because every time that I would feel that way, God would lead me to my journal and the page that I would open up. And today was so mind boggling that it'll take a whole nother video for me to even talk about what happened today with God. But when I tell you, God would literally like give you the answers that you need, even when you think that you know what you need. Sometimes we can be so programmed to the way that we will like the way that we think that we don't even understand that the way that we think is so fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, I remember I used to be terrified of even calling off from a job because I feel like, oh, well, what if they think this? What if I think? And it's like in reality now I'm like, what about what you think? What about like when did other people's feelings became more important than my own? You know what I'm saying? And it's when it stems back to my how I was raised, how I was growing up. I always told that, you know, be quiet or do this or just do this or you know, just getting shut down. Like my throat chakra was always getting shut down. Like I wasn't able to speak my truth because it was always something within my truth that wasn't traditional, or I'm making someone else look bad for me speaking my truth or whatever the case may be. But now I'm learning that it's okay to be okay with where you're at. It's okay to not want to have the same dreams and goals as everybody else. Like the other day I was literally thinking to myself, I don't even know if I want a house. Like I don't even know if I want to be a homeowner. Maybe I just want to travel. Hell, maybe I just want to. And I literally like I want to like I think about getting into real estate sometimes. But as far as like I don't know, I'm basically just letting y'all know like it's okay not to know too. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like a lot of times with me being a Scorpio too, like I always like to be in control of everything, and I'm learning to release being in control. I'm learning to accept the unknown. I'm learning to be okay with whatever comes to me. I'm learning to be okay without working myself like a dog in order to have materialistic things that when I leave, it's not coming with me anyway. You understand what I'm saying? I'm learning to okay with being with embarrassing myself, speaking my truth, and knowing that people may judge me because you said this and you said that, and it might. I don't give a fuck. Like I don't even care anymore about anything that anybody perceive about me. It's like I'm okay with just having peace in my life, however that may come. With me working less hours, with me spending more time with just myself and God, with me spending more time in nature, seeing the true abundance. Like I'm just learning to just spend more time with myself and doing what truly makes me feel good inside. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm about to pull a couple cards, y'all. 2 of them fell on the ground on me. I feel like I want to pick them up. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so it was actually 3 that fell on the ground. Queen of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, and the Empress. So the first card I want to talk about is the Queen of Pentacles. And if you are a male, understand that it's cards are energy. So queen, king, however you want to perceive it. So the Queen of Pentacles is coming from really a place of being a financial provider, being a healer, being a nurturer, being that. When I think about the Queen of Pentacles, I think about that old school grandma. You know what I mean? The one you can go to. She can teach you how to cook something when you're sick. She can give you a word when you feel like at your lowest. She can like she do it all. It's like she keep everything in balance. Like she keep work in balance. She keep home in balance. Like it's nothing that she don't feel like she can take care of. It's like that big mama feeling. You know what I'm saying? It's like everything is okay. And I think that's kind of like what spirit is trying to get us, like the energy that spirit is trying to get us to be okay with. Like you are the whole package, the whole package. And understand, like with big mama, it's like if the kids are sick at home and they need you at work, you got to make a choice. Are you gonna choose work over your kids? And it's like, and that's what I mean by big mama. It's like, and understand, and once again, the Queen of Pentacles, everything is good. And a lot of times we stress ourselves out about a job because the pentacles, right? We need the money. But in reality, I'm learning that I don't know, we be praying for wealth and abundance in the physical realm, but what about in the spiritual realm? Because I believe that anything that happens in the physical realm first got to go through the spiritual realm. And I just feel like, and it's funny because lately I've been praying for financial stability within the spiritual realm. Like, because understand it all starts with the mind. Sometimes we be so focused in this physical world of how to get to the next dollar, how to get to the next level, that really it starts with you allowing the abundance to enter the mind. It all starts with a thought. And then when you start thinking that way, you attract that. When you feel like you gotta keep busting your ass and doing this and doing that and picking, oh, I gotta get this job, I gotta get this job, this job, let me out, this, da, 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 da. Like, stop moving around like you in a circus. You're not an animal in a circus. You're a soul having a human experience. It's not a race, it's a marathon. Our destiny is not gonna miss us. Slow down and enjoy the life. Enjoy the gift that you were given of life. Don't allow your life to be full with chaos because you trying to race when it ain't even a race. Who are you racing? So, and like I said, I got the Empress too, and the Empress is talking. It's abundance itself, nurturing creativity, and once again, I feel like God is saying tap into your inner gifts, your inner skills, the things that you. And it's so funny because as I'm saying this to y'all, I remember like even yesterday I was getting nuts. I've been getting nuts for the last couple of days, but yesterday in particular I was, and today too, which brought me here right now as we speak. I just been getting nuts from my spirit team, like, why you ain't been doing what you love? And it's funny because I love connecting with people. I love doing readings for people. And I really love I think the thing I love the most about readings is when I give them that message from spirit and I see that look on their face, and it's that aha moment. It's that moment when something that they have thought about internally or they have spoke about internally with just them and God, them and the Holy Spirit. No one knows what you and the Holy Spirit have. That's a covenant that you guys have. And for someone like myself to tell you something that hit home from that confidence, that only person that know about this is you and God, that is an honor to me. That is a privilege for me. That gives me so much joy and so much abundance. Like money could not ever buy the joy that I get from doing that. And that's why I do this, honestly. And the reason why I'm speaking on that, because Spirit said that is what I want everyone to do. I want everyone to start doing what they love. And it's funny because, as I was saying, I haven't been showing up that much on here because I've been going through. And it's funny because yesterday, or was that yesterday or today? Yesterday or today, I was talking to my spirits and my angels, and they was like, well, why? How come you haven't been doing any reads on your channel? And I was like, I said, life just been life, and I just ain't having the time. And I remember they literally laughed at me. I was just telling my fiance about this last night. So yeah, it happened yesterday because I told him about it last night. They laughed at me and they was like, huh. It's funny how life is getting in the way, and life is lifing, and it's getting in the way the things that on the thing that you were born to do. That was something that I embedded in you to do, to help heal. And it's so funny because as I'm talking to y'all, like I do love it, but I noticed that I stopped doing something that I know that I love because life was lifing. What life? What life are you living when you're not living life to the fullest, doing the things that truly makes you happy? Like, why would you stop doing something to make you happy because the things that's not working out in your life? You know what I'm saying? It's like you're replacing the good things to deal with the shithole. Like, if you're gonna deal with the shithole, please keep the good things still. Please keep your peace of mind. Please give yourself time to go meditate and get clear of what are you doing and why are you doing it. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of times we just do stuff, and sometimes we ain't gonna lie, when it boil down to it, sometimes we be like, I'm just doing it for the money. But when you leave here, you can't take that money. And I think that's what God is trying to get us back to. Like, and as I'm talking to y'all, I'm looking at the next card I was just about to speak about, and which is the Seven of Cups. And in the Seven of Cups it talks about the endless opportunities that you have. It talks about the wishful thinking, searching for your purpose. And you notice it's like a person here, and it's like clouds. And all the cups are here in the clouds. You notice that? And those clouds represents, I feel like, the kingdom where God is. And you also got the sun card, the sun on this card too. And I feel like first of all, cups are abundance. So I feel like when we step away from the obligations of the matrix, should I say, and we allow ourselves to really just allow the God in us to live life. Like, allow ourselves to be free of the demanding world that we living in. Feeling like we gotta keep working like a dog just to receive something, receive abundance in the spiritual realm. If you don't have, if you're not where you want to be right now, that's okay. It's so many people that's not, but that's no reason to give up on your happiness, because that's your birthright. You understand what I'm saying? So don't let the world, the pressure of the world, make you feel like you're changing your DNA, because that's what they want us to do. They want us to shift what was embedded in us and think that we got to do something else. It's not an outside thing, it's an inside thing. Get clear with your insides first. Start incorporating things that you love to do, and never stop doing that. No matter what you do, never stop doing that. I got the King of Wands, and the King of Wands is basically that being that natural born leader. It also can represent entrepreneur. So if some of you are thinking about starting your own thing, do it. I really encourage you to do that. If that's been a thought on your mind, it's like you got the power to transform your life into whatever you want to transform it into. The King of Wands also is the energy of inspiring. Like, literally, me listening to other people today inspired me to realize that, you know what, Ty, it's okay. And I remember I was thinking, like, I've been kind of wanting to say something like this on my channel lately, like what I'm talking about now, but I'm like, it's kind of veer off from what I talk about. Then I realized, like, at the end of the day, this is my channel. I can get on here and talk about whatever I want to talk about whenever I want to. And I literally said in my bio, my experiences. I'm experiencing something, regardless of people that I may feel like is trying to, sit around and just wait. Oh, I want to hear what she got to say. Who cares about them? If you focus on the negative, that's what you're going to attract. But what I do focus on is, it's going to be somebody on here who's going to be just like I was thinking, be like, wow, I've been thinking about that too. Wow, this is my confirmation from God that maybe I should do this. that makes me happy. Maybe I should stop doing this so much because it seems like it's draining me, it's depleting me. You know what I'm saying? Like anything that's draining and depleting, it's not meant for you to be doing. Like, don't get me wrong, a challenge, anything that's worth the challenge is worth having too. But understand the difference between you doing something for a challenge for you to, come out on the other end a better person, and you dealing with shit just because you feel like, oh, well, I have to. And you don't. Understand the difference. And the last card that I got for you guys. And you know what? I just want to show y'all the card. I feel I had spirits. I just want to show y'all. First of all these swords in your hand, you're walking backwards, baby. You're going to fall and hurt yourself. And I think that's what Spirit is saying. The more we just try to think that we got, when I see him with all the swords in him, I feel like it's like a person just trying to do all this stuff. And you looking back and making sure you don't fall because you know in reality, you ain't got no balance. You so focused on the physical that you're not even realizing that you don't have any balance. And this card literally says, truth revealed, taking responsibility, confession, turning a new leaf. And I think it's basically God is saying, live your truth. And the only person responsible and the only person that's going to save you from something that you know that ain't your truth is yourself. If you clocking in a job somewhere 5 times a week, and every time you go in, you mentally drained before you walk in here, but every time you walk in the building, your supervisor say, good morning, Ty. How you doing today? I'm happy you're here. And you like, oh, hi, good morning. I'm so happy to be here. How is everyone? And you just turn up into this whole you just do a whole 360 because how you really feel inside is like, I don't be here. But you project that, okay, I'm here, I'm gonna put on the best, which I get it. I do, and I try to show up with my best energy too. But I think what Spirit is trying to say is don't fake the funk too long where you lose yourself. Don't fake the funk too long where you forget that it's your birthright to be happy. And I always feel called to look at the bottom of the deck, and at the bottom of the deck, talk about rapid change, gaining momentum, fruits of your labor. And I think when the fruits of your labor is going back to you investing in the labor of your birthright, what you were called here to do, what you were sent here to do, not what this world have programmed you to think that you should do. Understand that there's so many people here who are living life based off what the world, should made them feel like was the okay or acceptable. Like, be okay with being completely 100% your authentic self. Be okay with not feeling like you have to force yourself to be in a certain environment when you know that environment is very drainful for your soul, your spirit. Understand that if you are depleted inside, then no matter where you go in life, no matter what you do in life, you will always somehow find yourself coming back to that feeling inside of feeling unworthy or not good enough or feeling like you're missing something. I'm not a billionaire. I'm not a millionaire. But from what I've seen, it's people here with all the money in the world and they still don't have true happiness and peace within themselves. And I think that what God is trying to push, not just through me, but through so many other people in this world, his children's right now, to share with other people around the world is be okay with being okay with just who you are at this very moment. Be okay with wanting to disconnect from things that you feel like is not serving your purpose, the reason why you were sent here. And I think that God is saying, like, the more we focus on the physical things, the material things, the things that really truly don't, like the things of the ego in a negative way, the more we pull away from what truly matters. What truly matters is the inner thing. And we keep pulling away like as if it's an outer thing. And I think God is trying to say, come back inside. Go back to your childhood memories, the things that you used to do to make you happy. When we used to just go outside and ride our bicycles, play jump rope, just simple things, whatever it is. Try to find that happiness, you know, that thing that you used to do, or used to, just something that makes you happy, makes you feel that peace. And when you feel it, you'll know that is that, because it's something within your body, like, that it's like a vibration that you feel. And I felt it earlier as I was laying down reading my book. I can't really explain it, but when you feel it, you'll know. It's like, it's something within you. It's, I can't even explain it. It's like a feeling of love within you. Have you ever like hugged your mom or hugged your dad or hugged someone that you really love, you ain't seen in a long time, and it's the, as you holding on to them, you feel something in your body move around, and you just feel like a feeling of peace come over you. Like, that's how I feel when I take time to just sit back and just read my book. And you welcome to the person who said thank you for this message. You are so welcome. I'm so happy that you received this message as well. And like I said, like, when you do the things, just the simple things, the simple little things. Literally, like the other night, I was coming in my home, and it was dark outside, and I noticed that it was a bee on my door, and I waited for the bee to move, but the bee wouldn't move. So I kind of like tapped it a little bit because I didn't want to kill the bee. And my heart is so pure that I sometimes I don't even want to kill animals. And it was a bee, like I said. I didn't want to kill the bee, so I kind of scooted it a little bit, then it moved away. And it's funny because I left out the house again that night, and the bee was still sitting right there on my door. And I don't even know why I even brought that up, but for some reason I just felt the need to talk about that. I just feel like God just wants us to really just vibrate off love. With everything that you do it out of love. You know what I'm saying? And do things that you truly love to do. When you look back at your life, when you leave here, I truly believe that every single person get a chance to look over everything before they cross over into the new life, to the next life. And are so disappointed within themselves because they remember that moment they were sitting in their room, in that dark room, and they was thinking about going jet skiing, and they never went. And now they're 50-some years old on their true deathbed and looking over that time, and God is, and the only thing that's reflecting in their mind is why they not do it. Don't be that person. Let's be that person that look down and be like, oh my God, I did this, I did that, I forgot about that, but I had so much fun. You know what I mean? Be happy. You see how my energy just got so excited? Do that. Don't fake it. Be it. It's your birthright. God giving all of us certain habits, traits, personality, like, so we can mix and mingle with different people. And some of us maybe not mix and mingle with different people. You can mix and mingle with God yourselves. I don't have friends like that. Me and God, I have the time of my life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying that for those who are loners. You don't always got to have somebody else just to be happy. I literally go to the beach sometime, and I have lunch by myself at the beach, or I literally, sometimes I have full conversations to myself, but that's okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy. I'm happy. And I think that's what God is really, the overall message that God is saying. And I'm looking, I see we got 2 sevens here, and I always think about 7 as the God's number. So, like I said, you got endless opportunities. Tap into that God spirit. Take responsibility of your truth, and do not hold on to things that's not serving you. Don't feel like you got to juggle things in order to be successful, or in order to have certain things in life, in order to have abundance. Abundance starts with the mind. Pray for abundance